quiet my heart. The flow of the mystic is revisited by the image relinquishment for all that is graphic. The madness seems to dissipate until you reach a place where you wish for a better day. It's hard to separate until finally God gives you grace. And you begin to elevate, separate from what is fake. When you become so innovate, then you finally reach a place where everything becomes good and beautiful. Separate from the physical and the typical, lyrical, mythical, for visual yourself to become like, oh, transform, let it go, and you become the chemical, a kettle might blow, and you might transform into you're reborn. It's like the good deeds are sown, and that's why I was transformed so closely. Opponents try to approach me, but I don't see them as opponents or enemies. Fatal fatalities, my capacities to reach my abilities until I typically wither from the first day I experienced spring in me. Like Confucius said, the music said. I even bless Lucifer because I don't see him as an enemy. I see him as a penalty that I have to suffer. Something I overcome just so I could experience myself. I've held my image, myself, in a place where all experience makes me delirious until I become impervious to all that makes me serious. See, I'm curious. I'm intertwining with the divine eye until my mind's like a resume. Slate everything that's fake until the beast becomes like peace. See, I need to leave it and release it and squeeze from it until everything becomes the topic of my optic. Knowledge is like the prophets. And that's why you need to see within until you see the image of the mystics. The same eye that sees God is the same eye that God sees you. It's something Meister Eckhart said. The heart that seems to overcome the darkness. That which becomes the separates from a part which. See, it's that you want to enter the part which is the garden of Eden, breathing within until you finally leave the image of the demons. Separate them. Until you elevate to a place where everything seems to leave and you begin to be. See, I need to catch a breath until the last effects, the final effects became suppressed until the finally things you become blessed and you transgress. And you finally manifest in a form, the soul becomes like gold. And you become the perfect role model. Swallow, all the pride and envy until your life becomes empty. You go into a trance, a life begins to advance, and you finally have a chance, and you grab, attack that. Sympathy, that which lyrically, metaphysically, spiritually changes you. Every brain seems to metaphysically grab and slate through. Until you finally begin to, change the turret. Until you finally purchase out from the merchant that which he cannot sell you because the life of the inner person is perfect. The Buddha inside you, the Jesus inside the heart, that which finally, scatters upon until the universe and the far-reaching galaxy and the travesty and the tragedy dissipate. You reach a place that separates until, like I said, you elevate. You transcend without transcending. It's like the elements of heaven sin begin to rejuvenate the flesh and the sickness seem to dissipate. And that's why the song becomes empty. It's like many kids are riding Bentleys, but the entity inside them has animosity and, enmity, angst. And that's why I approach my true Father's hands. For he who understands does not understand. Tao Te Ching, Lao Tzu, I approach thee, wait to speak to you in Zhuangzi. Fatherly ways, I'll speak to you in Chinese until you become Zhuangzi, a gentleman, a prince. So I'll sing to you, speak to you in characters, decipher entire characters and epilogue, until I finally set a log upon you. And you'll see within you the image of a, God. And I'm speaking about you, I'm speaking about the true you, the real you, the skillful, the image that seems to dissipate even when you feel ill, dude. And that's why life's like a box of chocolates. Who said this? The topic of this is something optimists will say as you transform, reborn, and be Megatron, don't be Decepticon. I'll speak about, cultural densities, because the proximity of this is the agility of approaching skillful will, Gongfu. Something that you reach a place of understanding by banishing all challenges, but you become a disciple of that, of Solomon, the wisdom of Solomon, coming into a place where the knowledge of the prophets is, far reaching into your fingertips, lingering in until you see the chi begin optimal. Something, you see everything become like clockwork. Everything, sky is blue and grass is green. Once you understand this, then you become so easy and wondering. Poetry seems to come out of you. There's no doubt in you. It's so easy to grab this mic and speak to it. Everything becomes so empty. The sky is emptiness, the gentleness of the far-reaching sky. Life becomes so beautiful. Everything is so physical. Everything becomes digital. The gentleman and everything becomes so typical. Spiritual, metaphysical, lyrical thing becomes so beautiful. Lyrical. Why doesn't nobody appreciate the way that you finally separate from what agitate? I'm done. Chapter 1 of the way of the classic of the way and virtue says, ever with desire, one is only able to see the manifestation. Ever desireless, one is able to see the mysterious. That wasn't a poem. Quoting something. I wrote this a long time ago, but it's the only thing I got. So, I have vast premonition, fast intuition that predict our precondition to have it permission to find the condition of confronting the conflicted, contracted, the convicted without contracted the conception. After all, they are my eternal companion with connection, the one to for compassion, they could tell me I'm in the library. Comprehended the companion of liberty, and my contention is compressing the confessions of conservatives into consent in its convention. No omissions allowed, but the aggregates of aggressive ancestors whose doings are calculated by attentive defenders and judges who hold the sickle. The grim reaper gives our souls a riddle, and depending on determination to offset deterioration and desecration, the divination may be next to the supreme declaration, which serves as a revelation of reincarnation in the highest form of rejuvenation with no demonstration of delineation. Those who transcend levitation can cause precipitation with no preoccupation into the legislation, embodying organization with no termination and no denunciation to the continuation of humiliation. That's it.